Let's make a Halloween card without any stamping necessary. Hello everyone, my name is Brennan, design team member for Stamp Anniething, and welcome to the Stamp Anniething YouTube channel, or my YouTube channel, just depending on where you're watching this. Today, I'm super excited to share with you a fun Halloween card that doesn't require any stamping. This is kind of crazy for me, because I stamp on every card, so kind of a challenge for me, but I really like how it came out. Just a quick note, all the Stamp Anniething branded products you see in this video were sent to me free of charge, as I am a design team member, and that is kind of the nature of it. So without further ado, let's get into this video so you can see this awesome, spooky, scary card. Also, can you believe I'm filming while it's still light out? When does that happen? So for this card, I want to start with the background here, and I'm going to be using my jelly plate. And I'm also going to be using some Stamp Anniething ink cubes in the colors Celestial, Lavender Bloom, and Amethyst. Did I memorize these just for this video? Yes, I did. So, I want to create kind of a nice purple background that has an ombre look, and I'm going to go in with this Lavender Bloom first, since this is the lightest color, and I'm going to do probably about half of this jelly plate in this color, just because when you're using a jelly plate and then you brayer the colors together, I find the lighter colors tend to get eaten up by the darker ones, so it's good to put more of the lighter colors than the darker ones. Now I'm going to go in with that amethyst here, and I'm probably going to do only a couple rows of this, just so we can have a little bit of room at the bottom for that celestial. And now, for that last little piece down here, we'll go in with the celestial. So now with my brayer, which is caked in paste and paint and everything else, I'm going to brayer this out. And you're going to see why I put a lot more of that lighter color ink than the darker one. Because despite us not putting a lot of celestial or that much amethyst, you can see it went up a lot. So, since we put a ton of that lavender bloom, it's still there. Now I'm just going to go in with a piece of cardstock, and I'm going to take this all up. I'm actually going to brayer over it. We have excess ink on there. It's fine. This is just a way to push the paper down into that plate and get a lot of that ink up. And now we should be good. That looks really, really nice. I like how that came out. I do want to give a deckled edge to this, so I am going to use my deckled edge trimmer. And I'm going to take about 1/4 of an inch off of each side. So it's a 4 by 5 1/4 inch card front. So we're going to cut this down 1/4 inch there. Now we have our nice background that has a really cool deckled edge. So now, just to add a little bit more to this background, I'm going to go in with the Lavender Bloom ink again, and I'm just going to blend around the edges. This will add a little bit more interest as well as dimension. So as you can see, I'm having the actual edge be very, very dark, and then I'm fading it in with some lighter pressure, which also helps to give it that dimension. And there we go. This background isn't inherently Halloween though, so I am going to go in with the Spiderweb stencil, also from Stamp Anniething. I'm going to go back in with that Lavender Bloom ink. I'm going to go in with this paper pouncing tool from the Maker session. Just going to ink it up here. And it's really good to pounce with a type of stencil like this, because if you're going to blend, these little lines can shift and move, and it can make your background not look that amazing, or whatever you're stenciling. So I'm just going to go in here and pounce, and then those lines, while I don't have it taped down so it's going to go up and down, it's not going to go side to side at all, so it's still going to look really good. Now I'm going to lift that up, and there we go, we're getting that Halloween look. I'm also going to do the exact same thing on this corner over here. Okay, so we have our 2 big spider webs, and I do just, I feel like we should also have something in these other corners, but I'm not sure like what part. Oh, I could do that and just do a little bit. Okay, we'll do this little section of the stencil too. There we go. Okay, and now I will do that same thing also on the opposite side. And there's our actual Halloween background now. Before I add my sentiment, I do want to add a little bit of white splatter. So I'm just going to take some white paint here. I'm going to put it on an acrylic block. And now I'm going to take my spray bottle and just add a little bit of water to that to water it down. Now I will mix this around with my fan brush. Okay, now that it's all combined, I tap some off on the side first, because sometimes we'll get big clumps like that, and I don't want any big clumps. So now I can just tap this on, and there we go, there's our white splatter. To finish off this card, I used the Spooky Sentiment die, also from Stamp Anything, and I put this on a white card base. Typically, I probably would have popped this up on some foam, but I am completely out of foam dots and foam tape. So, we didn't have that option today. Okay, this card isn't scary, but it is spooky because I put a spooky word die on it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Have an amazing rest of your day, and bye! Happy crafting!